Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live. It is Wednesday, guys. Wednesday. How's everybody doing? We're giving away 1,000 USDT on the stream today. Thank you for being here. If you don't subscribe to the channel already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Follow the channel. I've posted in chat a pinned comment. If you want to qualify for the 1,000 USDT giveaway, you must be on the stream, you have to thumbs up the video, and you must put a 1 in chat. If you have not done those two things, you will not qualify. You must do both, and I can see if you have done both. So be sure you do that, and we'll be giving that away live on stream. The winner will then reach out to me in Discord and send me your USDT wallet address, and I will send it to you today. So that's all you have to do. That is the only requirements. And we are celebrating 1 year anniversary of the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. Now that's a little deceiving. Let's see here. It's a little deceiving because 1 year ago, yesterday, I posted this video. Boom. 1 year ago. Right here, I posted this video. See that 1 year ago, yesterday. Just a little one-off video that I did. I created a channel, little one-off video. Then I did nothing for 7 more months, I think it was. 6 more months, something like that. So we are at 5 months since I started full-time actively working the channel, but technically 1 year since the first post. So we're going to celebrate that. But good news is next month when we have the 6-month anniversary, we're going to give away another 1,000 USDT. So this is kind of like the technical anniversary, but in my opinion, the official 6-month anniversary is next month. So thank you guys for being a part of the community. We appreciate it. We enjoy what we do. We don't do this because we have to. You guys know that we make plenty of money trading. I do this because I enjoy it, and I want to help you guys. But yeah, technically a year, but I only put out one video and then did absolutely nothing. The video sucked. Actually, it may have been good. I haven't watched it since I put it out, so I don't even know what happened during that time. I was just playing around with it. So anyway, we're really at 5 months, but technically we're at a year, if that makes sense. All right, guys. So again, giving away 1,000 USDT, 1 in chat, and thumbs up the stream, and you will be qualified. We got some good technicals coming on. Let's see who's here today before we dive in. We're waiting on the U.S. market open. I've been pretty active in Discord this morning. Revamp, what's up, dude? Mighty Max. We got the lovely, the one and only, the world famous Jane International in the house. What's up, Jane? How are you? AKA Catherine Lee, for those of you that don't know. With her big fancy channel. It's a good thing I don't have like one of those male ego things. I have like 550 subs and she has like 150K. So it's a good thing it doesn't really bother me. I'm like, go, babe. Johnny number 5, what's up, dude? Ooh, we got Carrie Benz in the house, man. He says top of the morning, lads. Jane. Oh, Jane put a 1. Can I win? No, babe. You win every single day just being with me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I will pay for that comment later, y'all. But no, you can't win. I don't think that would look too good for our folks who work hard to be a part of our Discord. But I'll give you $1,000 later. How about that? Sound good? Moy Marcus, what's up, brother? Whole bunch of 1s in chat. West Coast, what is up? Spyro Gals, what's up, man? Good to have you back, brother. I'm glad you're here. I hope you get that. I kind of talked with Thanos a little bit. I hope y'all get that squared away, man. I know you had it working for a little while. Now it's kind of off, but hopefully you guys get that squared away ASAP. Let me know if I can help. Salt Chain, good morning, good morning, good morning. Salt Chain says, you guys think we're going to roll over and dump in the next couple days, or am I the only one? Am I just delusional? Speaking of that, guys, there's a poll in chat. Hit up that poll. Let me know, is Bittercorn headed for 80K or 60K first, or neither? Do we just chop here for the rest of our days? Johnny number 5 says, come on, weekly level. Johnny needs another big short. Yeah, me too, me too. Guys, I had us in a good short this morning, copy trade short. I'll show you guys. I closed it because I want the higher level. I just want the higher level. But I had a really good entry, and I got scared, and I got out at minimal profit. Thanos, my main man, Thanos. Revamp says, the technicals are bearish, but fundamentals are changing to positive, but a pullback is long overdue. Well, you know, I always say in a bull market, no amount of bad news is good news. And in a bear market, no amount of good news is good news. What that means is in a bear market, the price is going down no matter what the fundamentals are. Technicals always outweigh. Now, you can give some short-term volatility on some good news, or in a bull market, some short-term volatility on bad news. But in the end, we are headed down, folks. Zup, what is up? Carry Ben, so let's go for the 500X short. Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. Guys, I got to tell you guys, no offense to anybody that does this, but anybody that goes short or long, trades with 500X leverage, I don't care what they show you, they're getting wrecked. I don't care. Trust me. I'm not saying they don't hit home runs every now and then. Of course they do. No, they wouldn't do it, but they're getting wrecked. Max is with Johnny. Let's go weekly level. Fake pump, then dump it. Yeah, I like that plan. I do like that plan. I don't know if we're going to get it, though. U.S. market open in 3 minutes. Moen Marcus says, where is Invicta? Speaking of 500X leverage, right? Invicta posts some pretty impressive P&Ls, guys. Salt Chain, thank you. Carry Bins, thank you. Jane International gives me kissy face. Yeah, all right. I may not be in trouble after that comment after all. Revamp, thanks, bro. Thanks. You know, it's the technical anniversary 1 year, but I really literally only did one video, and that's it. Nothing for like 7 more months. So, you know, it's a technical, like, paperwork type anniversary, but really I started working the channel back in October or November. It's been 5 months. So, again, we're going to give away another 1,000 USDT next month to celebrate what I consider the 6-month anniversary. Yeah, Jane has home turf advantage. That's right. That's right. See, that's the beautiful thing, Thanos. I'm up like $6,000 on my short from 75.8, so I can give you guys $1,000 and her $1,000, and I'm still up $4,000, and everybody's happy that way. Moen Marcus had an entry at 71.9, made some profit. Good job, bro. We were up there. We had a copy trade going. Speaking of copy trade, if you guys want to copy trade me, I'm going to post a link in chat right now. I'm going to spam the chat with a couple little links. I am doing some trading. I have my own accounts, also my separate accounts, and you guys have seen them. My MEXC. MEXCtrading.us if you want to join, MEXCtrading.us or KCEX, KCEX, KCEXtrading.com. I have separate accounts there that I trade in addition, but I also started this copy trading account a couple weeks ago where you can go on and I enter trades. And the deal with copy trading, if you're not familiar, when I enter a trade, you are automatically entered in that same trade. And as a matter of fact, let's see, this week we are, I don't even know if we can see this. Can we see this? I don't know if you guys can see this. But this week we have taken 17 trades. We have won 16 of them and only lost one. So we're at a 94% win rate. So those of you guys that have your settings kind of whatever in copy trade, you need to be on this. We have won 16 out of our last 17. In total, since starting copy trade, we've taken, I think, 37 trades, and we've won 34 out of 37. So we're at a 94+% win percentage, guys. So pretty good. Pretty good. Some of them are small. We haven't hit the home run yet. I mean, we had a couple of really big ones, actually, but not the massive ones. I'm waiting for the home runs, guys. And we just haven't hit one of those levels yet. I mean, we just haven't done it. This level right here, where I am personally short from 75.8, that is what I would consider the last home run that Bitcoin has offered. And I think I started copy trade like the next day. So I wasn't able to enter this for the copy guys, but you guys have seen that P&L. I think I've got it here somewhere. I'm still in that trade, actually. I've closed out 43, right at 4,300 on that trade. I'm still in that. My stop loss is at entry. And we're just seeing my next target. I might take another 10 or so percent off if we come down to the 65.7. Let's call it 66K area. I might take another 10 or 15% off. Other than that, I'm sub 60K for my next big profit. Or if I get stopped out, I'm going to make $4,300, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All right, a couple more here. If I win that 1K, I'm putting it right back in a copy. Good job, bro. Salt Chain says same. All right, let's dive in, guys. U.S. market just opened. Let's drop down the 5-minute time frame. By the way, before we do that, I did post this in Discord yesterday, but we do have this inverse head and shoulders pattern. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, it doesn't have to play out. This is not 100%, but we do have that inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we're trying to break the neckline. Now, we rejected from it about an hour ago, but these don't always play out, guys. So don't think that they do. I like them, but they don't always play out. Here's a good example right here. Well, this is kind of a bad example. It's an ugly one. It's actually not an example at all. Forget I said that. Forget I said that. Let's just go see what the market does. I'm looking for a move up. So the bias today, we talked about this in Discord. I'm going to take this head and shoulders off. It's a little distracting. Very clear bias to the downside today. I don't care about the head and shoulders. The bias just, hear me guys, just based on Asia and UK trending market one way is to the downside. So it's very clear, high probability to the downside, but it doesn't have to happen. I would say this is probably an 80%. However, the U.S. likes to fake out first and then reverse. So I'm actually hoping for a move up here, and I'm going to heavily short this. I'm going to short this on copy and a personal scalp account. But it'll be a little more of a, I'm already in the big day trade from 75.8. So I call it a personal scalp. It's going to be a scalp that I give a little more leniency to because I think it could be a big day trade. So it's not going to be one of those scalps where I just kind of get in and out in 5 minutes, most likely. Although I could, depending on what happens up here. I don't know how to say this name, bro. I could struggle here. Meroman. Sorry if I messed it up. Meroman, what's up? Thanks for being here, man. You will be entered into the 1,000 USDT giveaway. U.S. market is open. We're moving up. We could just swoop this high. So the short trade from earlier, let me back out a little bit. We came and took out this local swing high from right here. This was kind of the high of the entire range. I understand it's not the volume profile range, but this is kind of your range. Since coming down from 76K, this was the high, and we swooped that by just like $1 or $2 earlier. That's the short trade that we took from 91 or 71.9. So come see if we take that level. If we do, we could just SFP that real quick, or we could shoot on up to the golden pocket weekly level, which would be better. If we took this level now, we could have some good 12-minute bear divs, possibly 24-minute, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 5, pretty much 24-minute and down. So let's see what we get. Everybody ready to take this trade? If you're in copy, you can still be trading on your own. I'm going to tell you guys, if you're preparing, do what you want to do. But if we swoop this high and I enter a short, I will treat it as a scalp. If we come into here, I will most likely treat it as a day trade, okay? Because there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's no fib there. There's no high volume node there. Nothing. The only thing there is swooping this liquidity right here. And maybe they didn't quite get it all from here because they just barely nicked it, wicked it, nicked it, whatever. So there's nothing here. If there's enough liquidity here, you could see a big old fast boom right into here and then rejection, and that would be ideal. So if I do take this on a reaction and some divergences here, right, without coming to this level, I will treat this as a scalp. Doesn't mean I'll close the whole dang thing. It just means I'm going to TP quickly, stop loss to the high or entry, depending on what my entry is. It's a big difference in taking a trade like this out in no man's land, kind of willy-nilly, nothing here, no confluence here, nothing, versus taking one here in a high confluence, golden pocket, weekly area. So I at least treat these trades very differently. I have an alert set on this. We should have some good divs if we get the reaction, though. I just wouldn't bank on it. If we got this, even if we got the reaction, the divs, I would probably look for something like this, right? But you could take both of these trades. You could take it here, make a little bit of profit, get stopped out, and take this trade. I do it all the time. And then you would wind up with like a triple drive, potentially, of bearish divergence. But you don't necessarily want to skip this if you do get the reaction, because you do have the divergences. So you don't want to skip this in case you do front run the golden pocket, which does happen sometimes. Sorry, I got the camera off, guys. I'll flash the camera for those of you new guys. You may not know. Here we are. I'm sitting in the dark. I am chilling in the dark. I got my hat on the wrong way. Sorry. Anyway, I'm chilling in the dark. We are moving this week, and the green screen is down. Jane has a purple wall. It's painted over. We have been in this rental house for a little while doing some renovations on our homestead, and we are moving back to the homestead Friday. So I'm chilling here in the dark. All the equipment's down. Everything's packed. So no camera on. All right, come up with that high now, guys. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Again, I'm not afraid to take this. However, it is a scalp if we take it. For me, anyway. Getting a little mini. Look at this. Getting a little mini. I'm on the 3-minute time frame. A little mini inverse head and shoulders, too. It's I'm just, for curiosity's sake, let's check that measured move. I'll put you right up in there at the golden pocket, guys. I really like the golden pocket a lot better. No real news today, guys. We got some crude oil. I think it just came out. It's no big deal. I want to show you guys something. I just want to get in this trade if we can. So we're just going to watch this for a couple more minutes. Just humor me. I know a lot of you are in copy trade, so I'm sure you want this trade too. Let's see. Crude oil comes out in about an hour. It's no big deal. But Trump does speak this evening. And I would expect some market moves on that. He does speak at, I think, 6:30 Central Standard Time this evening. So we'll see what old Trumpster has to say. I think we're going to move on. Price is kind of stalling out here. It'll probably pump. We look for the 845 reversal anyway. We've covered the 4-hour head and shoulders. We got potentially playing out. Trump is speaking. Let's look at our heat map. We haven't pulled up the heat map in a minute. Let's refresh this. So, looks like we have a little bit of, we're pretty close to this liquidity up here. Somewhere around 72.5 to 72.7, somewhere in that area. We could come grab this, and then by far, the more local liquidity is to the downside, kind of 70K, sub 70K right there. So I would actually like to see, let's see, 72.6, 72.7. That is right up in our golden pocket. You can see 72.6 to 72.9. We do have that local liquidity just right up there begging to be taken. So we're pretty close to, that's what we're hoping for, is just kind of swoop up into here, grab this, and then come grab this big chunk down low. So not much higher than that unless you go out on a more macro time frame. So the move would potentially be down at that point. So heat map looking good for a push to golden pocket and a reversal. Gosh, I really don't like, if we grab this, I don't like taking this trade. I think it's dangerous. I think even if you do get a reaction, you might get a bam, 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 just like that. So, and you probably come halfway through this golden pocket. You probably come all the way up to that weekly. I don't know. I don't know that I like this. But I'm line. You can see my vertical dotted line. It kind of, I'm on Coinbase on the left. As I'm on Coinbase, it hovers on Bitcoin on the right. And you can see right here where Coinbase was kind of bouncing here. See, Coinbase got a little bounce up right there. Bitcoin was actually moving down, right? A few days later, Bitcoin gets the bounce as Coinbase starts a 10% move down. So Bitcoin usually follows 1 to 2 days after. So can we expect a large move down coming just like Coinbase got here? I don't know. It is certainly possible. And you can even see it here. If we move this arrow over where Coinbase was moving down right here, right? Bitcoin was moving up right here. So, and then rolled down. So Coinbase moved up, then moved down. Bitcoin moved down, then moved up. So in a couple days, today or tomorrow, we might can actually see this roll over and get a nice big move down. 10% down on Coinbase could be a huge, huge move down for Bitcoin, far greater than 10%. Well, loading issues. What do you, is it on my end or your guys' own personal end? I'm not sure. Oh, you can't see your chat. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hopefully it got itself fixed. All right, hopefully the glitch is fixed. But anyway, check this out, guys. Coinbase, again, you can see here there's usually a day or maybe 2 day delay before Bitcoin follows suit. So if that's the case, Coinbase got that big 10% drop yesterday, which means maybe tomorrow, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we could be looking for that drop down on Bitcoin. So it could be starting. Let's look at our fractal, guys. Let's look at our fractal. So far this fractal, we've gone over this. This fractal is from January, February-ish of this year. It's playing, this ending phase at least is playing out to a T so far, okay? Getting my alarm, 8:45 in 1 minute. Playing out to a T. So if you look at it day for day, in fact, at this point, you got the start of the move up, right? The start of the move up, that's number one, right? Let's check that off. That's start of the move up right here. That would be this green candle here. Then you got a little pullback, but you close somewhere near the top of that candle, right? On day two. So look here, you got to pull back almost the length of the candle and close near the top. Then you set the high on the third day. You actually came and set the high right here, okay? Just like we have done today, okay? So if this area right here is playing out just like this, then what can we expect? We would expect to move down tomorrow to begin, right? So move somewhere down here, probably around point of control. Then another move down to our key area. That could be the 10% Coinbase follow. Move back up to ultimately roll over. Okay, guys, this move back up would probably be on the weekend. Weekend fake out. Next week, downside only. I could definitely see this playing out just like this. And so far in this section, it is day for day. In this whole section, it is day for day. Doesn't mean it's going to continue. Doesn't mean it has to stay that way. But so far, it is day for day. I want to show you another couple more interesting stats today that I have not shown you yet. Let's look at... Any of you guys ever... Oop, that's not it. Any of you guys ever put a 2 in chat if you ever look at... I'm curious, genuinely curious. If you ever look at average return on investment for Bitcoin investors and the similarities or differences between each cycle, the average. Put a 2 in chat for me if you ever look at that stuff. Don't worry, I'll wait. Johnny looks at it. I knew Johnny looked at it. Hawkborn with a big 0. Moy Marcus looks at it. All right. I'm going to pull up a couple of screenshots that I worked on this morning. Check this out, okay? We are in a current midterm year, U.S. presidential midterm year, right? Okay. Here is the orange line. Revamp says no. The orange line is the average historical return on investment for Bitcoin holders in midterm years only, okay? Midterm years, okay? The orange line. The red line is current return on investment. So what we're going through right now here in 2026, and you can see it is following it to a T. We are currently on day 82. And about day 85, this is average, could be a few days, may not play out at all. But on average, about day 85, you start the descent down, which means investors start losing return on investment, which means price starts going down, right? And you can see clear as day. All right, let's zoom in on this. Here you can see it zoomed in. Now, zoomed in on this, where we currently are, it looks like we'd be looking for maybe a little bit of a move to the upside for just a few days before we start that pretty steep descent here, right? You follow me? But you can see it is playing out to a dang T. This is since January 1st, the beginning of midterm year, and then this is just zoomed into the last, I don't know, 10 days or so right here. So pretty much playing out to a T. Let's look at last cycle's return on investment, okay? Last cycle return on investment. Look how dang similar this is playing out, okay? Last cycle, obviously this would be the high, and then you start coming down, moving down, moving down. Then about this time, you get the little rally, right? A little bit bigger rally in the last cycle, which is the green line. But right here in this exact area where we are, in the next couple days, you're looking for the sharp drop-off, okay? So we're looking for that return on investment follow-through both from last cycle and from midterm years, both of them. So whether you look at last cycle or all midterm years, we are in store for a big drop-off coming within the next week or so, okay? Matter of fact, the next drop was done by day 100. We're currently on day 82. So in the next 18 days, it was all over with. Okay, so we could be looking for a drop that extends out for a couple of weeks coming up, just based upon historical data. Speaking of historical data, our March stats are still in play. As of now, March is positive, okay? We opened March at, where do we open March at? 66,982, so about 67K, right at 67K. And we're currently at 71.6, so 100% of the time when you've opened March positively, which we put this target box on March 1st, this is our target box, and we have nailed it with our low side target still remaining to be seen. However, 100% of the time when you've opened positively on March, you have closed negatively or a red candle for March. Right now it's a green candle. This would be the first time in history that has ever happened. If you don't come down and close below 67K, it'll be the first time in history. So our historical March stats, our historical midterm return on investment stats, our historical last cycle return on investment stats, everything shows that between now and the next week, we have a pretty good sized move coming down, guys. Not to mention our fractal that we've been looking at shows us coming down in the next week. So I am expecting a continued move down. So far, there's nothing that indicates we're going up. The only bit of, inkling of hopium that I can see, which is not 100%, is this for our head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders that we covered earlier. That's it. Everything else is looking bearish, guys. So ideally, we see this today, boom, then a move down to about here somewhere, and then tomorrow, something like this, and then follow through, right? Ideally. We would look for our, and actually let me draw this a little more like I could see it going. Like this. Move down here. Then a move to here, a little bigger bounce, and then down. I could see something like that. I think this is going to happen much sooner than you think, and I think it's going to happen much faster than you think. I think this will be a little nothing bounce. I think this will be a decent bounce, although everybody is eyeing this level. Everybody. And usually when everybody is eyeing a level, you knife right through it. So we'll see, but that's the plan so far, guys. Lionheart, a little bit of hopium on Lionheart. The Lionheart indicator, you can get this in the Anthony Lee Crypto Crew Discord. Free indicator. It is not available to public trading view. It is only available in our Discord. We are under a current Lionheart signal. Normally, I'd be stoked about this. It's a 2-day Lionheart signal. We got the signal, moved up. It did not quite hit our target, which is the 2-day 55. Okay, normally I would be stoked about this. You've only had, in the history of Bitcoin, you've had 2 failures on the 2-day. The only Lionheart, the only signal that I know of, period, that is 100% is the 1-day Lionheart is 100%. It has never failed, right? But the 2-day has failed twice. Okay? Now, what makes it interesting is one of the times that it failed just so happened to be last cycle in this exact same area. You got the signal. You did get a good push up, right? You did push up, but you didn't touch the 55 before you came back and took out the low. Okay? The low here, which is the previous low before the signal. Not the swing low. It's the previous low before the signal. You did come take that out, and then you went and hit it, but either way, it would have been a loss. You would have gotten stopped out. If you didn't close here, which that's a pretty dang good rally. If you took a loss on this, then I'm sorry. Oh, gosh, how do I be nice? You have no business trading if you took a loss on this. Yeah, you didn't hit the technical target, but Bitcoin moved up 22%. If you did not take profit on 22% move and you got stopped out for a loss, you're a moron. I'm sorry. I can't even be nice about it. You're a moron. Period. Period. That's not even the whole move. The whole move, you got 43%, but just since the signal, you got 22%. And anybody that watches Bitcoin go over 22%, and the TP was at 25, the technical target was at 25. If you went 22 of the 25% and did not take profit, you should never, ever trade again. Not only did you not take profit, if you came back and got stopped out for a loss, you have no business trading. So, technical failure, but I would venture to say 99% of people made profit on this still. But the point is, in this area, you did not hit the 55. So if we fast forward to today, we got the signal. We moved up. We did not hit the 55. It is in the exact same area. As far as kind of hitting our bottom, then bouncing, and then this, and then coming back and setting another low. That area, not necessarily the same price area. Price was much lower back in 2022, but the same area of our bear market, right, was the failure. So will we get another failure here? I don't know. Only time will tell. Let's go back and look at Bitcoin price. What's weird, guys, we got the U.S. market open, and we're now almost 9 o'clock, and we still have not gotten a vector candle. Excuse me. Market maker still has not stepped in. Interesting, guys. Interesting. So, yeah, hope that makes sense, guys. Hope you understand what we're looking for. Coinbase here. Coinbase dropped 10% yesterday. Bitcoin follows Coinbase typically, not on the same day. You can see every time here, as Coin, look, you can trace my cursor, trace my dotted line. As Coinbase on the left, Coinbase is moving up. Look, Coinbase moving up, Bitcoin's dropping down. Okay, Coinbase drops down, Bitcoin starts pumping, right? Coinbase moves up, Bitcoin dumps. So we're front running on Coinbase. So when Coinbase is dumping yesterday, Bitcoin is pumping. So give it 1 to 2 days, and I really think you could see a big drop on Bitcoin. Fractal's playing out perfectly. We just covered this, but I want to make sure you got it. I'm driving this home so nobody gets caught. Fractal played out. It's playing out. You got candle 1, candle 2, looks exactly the same. Candle 3 set the high on this pump. We're on candle 3 now. And then you started the dump, a little faded rally, and then all the way down. Doesn't have to play out, guys. Invalidation. You could take the high, but for me, I've already told you my invalidation is a weekly close above 74K. Weekly close above 74K, and I'm gonna target at least 80K, but most likely coming all the way up to 84 to 86K. And then I still think we set a new low. But I don't think this happens. I don't think this plays out. We looked at our March stats. We called this on March 1st. We called this. Looking for the move down. It's 100% stat. So can this be the time that breaks the stat? Sure it can. Will it? I don't know. Let's take some questions. I'm sure some of you have some questions, some altcoins. If you want to look at some altcoins, throw them in chat. Sorry, guys. I'm just a little bit hoarse. Still a little under the weather here. Let's see. Okay. What is the likelihood we're at the actual bottom of Bitcoin? Is that possible? Anything's possible. But no, I would say that I'm 99.9% sure we are not at the bottom. I think the best chart to tell you that we're not at the bottom, I've shown you guys this, but let's show it again. To me, we'll see. Well, I don't know where I put them. I thought I saved all this. I guess I didn't. I know that I did, and it's so weird they're gone. I'll just show you real quick who they are. I'm on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. To me, this is the best chart to show you we're not there. Springboards versus diving boards. I've shown this. You can go back in the history of Bitcoin, but when we're hitting the diving board, we're headed down. Diving board, boom, bounce up, down. Springboard, okay, you spring out like a trampoline, like a catapult, boom, pump up, pump up. Diving board, down, diving. It's not till you come and hit a springboard. All these are diving boards in the bear market, diving boards. Then when you start hitting springboards, you can move up. Springboard, spring. You see that? Well, we've just now started diving boards. You don't have a single springboard yet. And you can go back in the history of time. You have never bottomed without a springboard. You really don't even ever move up without one. So there's no divergence here. There's no bullish divergence. There's no anything. Could it happen? Sure, it could happen. But, you can see a clear-cut difference in the diving boards and springboards in the bull market versus bear market. And you just don't have it. You look just like this. Diving from the top, diving. Same thing here. Diving from the top, diving. And then you start to spring. You're going to have to show me a springboard, which would be great. It would create some really good divergence here. I've drawn this. You'd want to see something like this. You'd want to see something like this, guys. I'm on the weekly. Price come down, take this low, boom. And it may not go straight up. We may chop around, but whatever, you get the point. Give you the springboard there, and you would look something like this on weekly momentum. Get that nice weekly bullish divergence. Just like that. And in this particular case, it doesn't have to be this way, but you would have a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern, which could really lift you up out of there. You just don't have it yet. You don't have it. It's not there, in my opinion. Carry bins, Argham's not showing, BlackRock loading the dump. It was this morning. I got a notification. Let me see. Let's go see. Where is BlackRock? Yeah, here's a notification I got. Notification to my email. But I didn't actually pull it up. There it is. There it is. It's a smaller order. They've got these Bitcoins, some Ethereums. They haven't loaded up like usual. Looks like about 45 million. Sometimes they go really big, so just a little small. A little smaller, but they are there. They're still selling on you. You know, BlackRock's not the only one that sells. You could look for that on other exchanges too. I don't know who's loaded up today. I haven't even come in here. Who else? Who do we look at? I'm drawing a blank right now. Ooh, Fidelity's loaded up on you. Look at this. Fidelity is loaded up big time. Ooh, they have not sold either. Look at all these guys. Look at all these. Good call, Anthony Lee. Look at all these guys. Look at all these. These are all Bitcoin. The smallest one of these is $36 million. Look at this. 70 million, 70 million, 70, 56, 56, 56, 56, 42, 44, 42. That's page one. Oh, gosh. Y'all. Look at this. All of them unspent. That means they have not sold. Guys. That's 2 full pages. Unspent from 2 days ago. Guys, Fidelity has a double barrel loaded shotgun right here. This is hundreds of millions of dollars, at least. If Fidelity pulls the trigger on these, I'm not saying they are. Maybe they're doing some mental fakery. But if Fidelity pulls the trigger on these guys, all right, so they spent what they loaded 3 days ago. What they loaded yesterday and the day before has not been sold. What they loaded 3 days ago has been sold. See, you can go in here, click on each one. It says spent. That means sold. But we go back to these others from, I'll just pick a random one. From 2 days ago here. All right, that one is, it's not, that one is spent mostly. Let's look at this one. 100 Bitcoin. Unspent. So from there on, gosh, 2.5 pages worth, hundreds of millions of dollars they have not spent. When they hit that sell button, guys, look out below if they hit the sell button. And that's just Fidelity. We could go look at other ones, but that's just Fidelity. Be careful, guys. All right, Marcus, thanks for being here, bro. If you win the, you're in VIP. If you win the 1,000 USDT, I will message you. Carrie Ben says there's some moves, but not like previous moves. Yeah, for BlackRock maybe, brother, but go look at the other ones. They're not the only big holder of Bitcoin. We just looked at Fidelity. That is massive, what they've got loaded on there. You got more than one gun pointed at you. Eons are just getting antsy for the bottom. Yeah, me too. I think we're really close, guys. I think we're really, really, really close. I know I've been saying that for about 2 weeks. But everything's playing out. I mean, everything is really feels like it's kind of coming to a head here. Especially, I just think this fractal is going to play out. I just think that this is going to play out. It lines up with everything else. It lines up, and I really, 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 really like these right here, guys, that we just went over. These return on investments. Exact same. This is midterm years. We're right there. We're literally 3 days away from the average of when the next big move down starts. 3 days away. Last cycle. Oops. Same thing. We're right there. Like we're like 1, 2, 3 days away. Now both of them do show a potential little baby move up here over the next 2-3 days. But then big move down. Like it is coming, guys. It is coming. I think we're going to have a big, big, big red candle for the month of April. I don't even mean a little one. I mean, I think we have a big red candle for April. I mean, I think you're going to be something like this. And then kind of in May, you start to move back and you chop in this same zone here for the summer. Ignore my timeline. For the summer, before you start moving up and out. Probably create like this inverse head and shoulders kind of thing here. With your good springboard right there. I could see this playing exactly like this. All right, guys, we're going to give away the 1,000 USDT here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. I will give everybody one more chance to get in. If you're just joining us, you must thumbs up the stream, and you must put a 1 in chat, and you will be added to the Wheel of Destiny. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, starting right now, to do all that while we kind of wrap up some questions. There's a couple alts folks want to look at. And then we'll come back and do that. Revamp wants to look at Tau. Let's go look at Tau. Started on the weekly. It looks really strong, but I don't like it. Not for reasons you might be thinking. Excuse me. We're on the weekly time frame. I don't know anything. First of all, let me just say, I don't know anything about any of these coins except the couple that I follow. So anything I speak about these coins is going to be from a purely technical standpoint only. But, I mean, the coin looks good. It looks solid. I just don't like that there's not much history here. It only goes back a couple years. So you haven't been through a bear market, so you don't know how this is going to hold up. But so far it's holding up really well, which is what I don't like about it. Because you can't predict new all-time highs. All you can predict on altcoins, maybe, at best, are liquidity spots, right? Liquidity spots. And from current price, it's holding up so well that even if you came back to this all-time high, you can't count this initial release all-time high because it was released here and instantly dropped. So that's clearly not what the market determines the fair value of it is. So that being said, this would be your all-time high right here, and that's only up. It's only 100% gain. I mean, great. That's good. You make 100%. That's great. But there are plenty of coins that will give you far more gains without having to go to all-time high. Now, this coin's worth $365. I don't know. This thing could go to 10 grand for all I know. I have no idea. But there's not enough history here for us to see it. And all I can go by is previous all-time high. Because if you banked on setting a new all-time high on altcoins last cycle, you got wrecked on 99% of them, right? So the stat is 99%, I would venture to say, or more, coins did not set a new all-time high. Probably more, probably 99.9. Therefore, I can't bet that this coin is going to set a new all-time high when most of them didn't. And if that's the case, current price action, this is not a good return on your investment. But again, if it does go to 10 grand, this is great. You can't bet on it. And like I said, I don't know the fundamentals. This may be a great project. You may get some good news. Now, if you came back down to here, you rotate it back down one more time, kind of swoop these lows, that's a different ballgame. Then I like it. Then I really like it. So it really just depends. Where it is now, this is a no buy for me. If you came and swooped these lows again, I would definitely be interested because it does look solid. It looks solid with limited history. Let's see. Max says, Fetch is pumping. Yeah, dude, we messed up on Fetch. We messed up on Fetch. I had Fetch. I bought Fetch at 14 cents. I literally bought Fetch at 14 cents. I posted in Discord when I bought it. I think it was like $70,000 or so I bought Fetch. Right here. Bought Fetch right there. Bought the bottom. Bought the freaking bottom. Literally. I bought 14 cents. It went to like $13.96. And I sold it like right here. It missed all of this. So now to even come back to 14% or 14 cents, you need a 45% drop. That could absolutely happen, guys. I mean, you already got it multiple times on Fetch, right? I mean, that same drop, you got it here one day. You got it here. So it certainly could happen. I mean, even this drop right here, 58% drop. So you've gotten drops that size, even the drop here. 55% drop. So you've gotten 45% drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times on Fetch in the last 5 months. You've gotten 4 drops larger than 45%. So it certainly could happen. But it's going to have to stop going up first. I missed an opportunity to make about $70,000 more here. And that's okay. That's okay. We're up almost $50,000 on altcoins, spot trading them since February 1st. And for those of you that are new here, I post these in Discord. Join us, AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. I give you my trade setups. I give you my altcoin trades. I'll let you know when I take them. Let's see. Here we go. Here's one of my Fetch buys, 1452. I bought lower than that. Must be here. Yeah, right here. 72K worth of Fetch. This was at 14 cents. And I sold at 15.31. And now 15.31. Now it's at 25.34. I sold 10 cents ago. Also known as about 75% ago. That's okay. We're up almost 50 grand since February 1st, just spot trading altcoins. And I give you these trades when I take them. By the way, Fetch gave off the Alexander buy signal. Guys, if you're new here, this is Alexander the Great right there. I'll show it to you right here. You cannot get this on TradingView. This is available only in the Anthony Lee Crypto Discord. And go here, we got Discord, we've got indicators that I've created for my Discord. It gave you this signal, it gave you the buy signal. I created this. You can use this on Bitcoin or stocks or gold or whatever. But I created this on certain parameters that altcoins respond very favorably to. So by the time it gave you this signal, you got 66% move to the upside on that signal. All in all, Fetch moved 88%, but from the time of the signal, you got 66% you could have caught with that signal. And you still don't have a sell signal yet. The last buy signal it gave 38%. The sell signal gave 51%. So it's a heck of an indicator, guys. Pete, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I'll add you to the wheel. We're going to look at one more altcoin, and then we're going to go into the wheel. So last call for anyone adding to the Wheel of Destiny, 1,000 USDT, last call. I will cut it off after I look at this last altcoin. Thanos, good question. There is no time frame for Alexander, period. The kind of the problem with Alexander, and it's my programming skills, Alexander will only appear on anything less than the 18 hour. Boom. Look, or excuse me. Yeah, anything less than the daily. So look, I'm on the 18 hour, there's the signal. I'm on the 1 hour, there's the signal. I'm on the 8 hour, there's the signal. But if I go to the daily, the signal disappears. When I programmed this, I couldn't figure out how to make this, for whatever reason, appear on the daily, or 2 day, or 3 day, or weekly. Something in the programming, it likes the hourly, and maybe I should have converted daily to hours, 24 hours. That's probably what I should have done, programmed it under 24 hours instead of 1 day. But the signal is the signal. It will fire on the same parameters, whether you're viewing it on the 18 hour or you're viewing it on the 5 minute. It will fire at the exact same times. So it is not one of those indicators that is dependent upon your time frame. This is set to a specific parameter that will fire no matter what time you're viewing it on, as long as you're viewing less than the daily. It doesn't mean it doesn't apply if you're on the daily, you just won't see it. And I didn't even think about it till the now, and to put it as 24 hours to appear on the 24 hour, I just kept putting 1 day. Stupid me. So good question though, it doesn't matter what time frame. The signal will be the signal no matter what time frame you're looking at. So if you're in Canada looking at the 12 hour, and I'm in Mississippi looking at the 5 minute, the signal will fire for both of us at the exact same time. If that makes sense. Let's look at ETC. Because I've never looked at this. Never even heard of it. Oh, Ethereum Classic. Okay, duh. Sorry, guys. Still getting over this crud we've had for a week. Let's look at ETH Classic on the weekly. It doesn't look good. I feel like Ethereum Classic is like Ethereum, like it had its day in the sun. But all the coins, the old school, the OG coins like this are being phased out. I mean, you know, you had a high back here, kind of in the early days, and you set a new all-time high 2 cycles ago, and this cycle you didn't even come close. So I don't know. I don't like it. You've already changed. Let's pull a fib and then I'll show you. I mean, you didn't even come close. You didn't even come close to a 382 retrace, right? From all-time high, bear market low. You didn't even come close. Like, not even close. I mean, you didn't even come to a 236. Like, this is terrible. You kind of came sort of close. This is terrible. This is awful, in my opinion. And now what you've done, what you did not do, your best opportunity, right? You had a high over here. You had a bear market low. You had another high. Then you had a higher low. So it actually looked pretty sweet to come up and set a new high, right? Series of higher highs, higher lows. Because you had bullish market structure, right? On the macro. Macro. But you have now taken out last cycle's bear market low, so you're going to expect like that. And I'm exaggerating price. I don't know. It might still come up here to value area high. But this looks nasty. Nasty. And you guys know Ethereum vastly underperformed expectations last time too. But Ethereum Classic, this is nasty. You didn't even make a 236. Even some of the really crappy coins I was following at least made 236. Most coins made a 382. ETC didn't even make a 236. So, and now you've changed super macro structure bearish. I would look for something like that. Maybe swoop this high here. I doubt you take this. Maybe swoop higher at $25 and then roll back over. You actually probably come all the way down to value area low here. So it might actually be a decent return if you came back to value area high. If you picked it up at $4, went to $24, that's a 6x. But I wouldn't count on it because you're setting higher, or excuse me, lower highs and lower lows. So you may not would even come back up to there. I mean, you may do something like this. You know, just keep that trend going. I don't like it. I wouldn't touch it. Okay, guys, that's it. We're going to cut off the giveaway. Let me add these few names to the list. I was kind of doing a running list, but I got the last few I still have to add real quick. I got the list walking into me now. Good stream, guys. Bitcoin moving down. We may not get that high, and that's okay. I do think we follow. I would like this high up here, but I do think we follow the Coinbase. I do think we follow Coinbase. Give me 1 second, guys. Adding some names now. Put any questions in chat you might have while we're waiting on this. I'm a slow typer, and I'm sorry, guys. I didn't put everybody's name exactly. Like, I didn't use good punctuation or capitalization because I'm just trying to get through this. But you guys know who you are, so. March 25th. All right, I think I got everybody in there. Wheel of Destiny. I think I got everybody in there. And again, I didn't put your initials or your capitalizations. We just got what we got. Okay, here we go. 1,000 USDT giveaway. Let's spin the Wheel of Destiny. Whoever wins, message me in Discord. I will get you your money today. Hawkborn. What's up, dude? I don't think you've ever won before. Good job, brother. Hawkborn is our winner. Hawkborn wins 1,000 USDT. Send me a message in Discord. Shoot me over your USDT wallet address, and I will get you paid today. And then you can come back on the stream tomorrow and tell everybody how rich you are. And maybe you can sign up for Copy Trade because I know you're not in it, and you need to be. You can take that 1,000 and put it right in Copy. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you for being here. I will be in Discord today if you need me. I'm still interested in this trade if we do get one more move up. At this point, I probably would not at all be interested in a swing of this little high right here. Maybe. But if we move up, I think we're coming for this, guys. And we could. Watch out, guys. We could really just swoop this low right here real quick, liquidity grab, and then come up into it. Create some really strong divergence there and head down. So we don't have to, but so far the U.S. has not been doing much. But remember, we do have a strong downside bias today because Asia and UK did trend in one direction. So we are ultimately looking for the reversal down. So If you don't SFP this, you might get even do a breakdown trade. Just you have to run your tight stops, treat it as a scalp. But if you break this and don't swing failure pattern this, then you're probably coming for all of these lows, right? You know how it's a cascading effect. So you are so welcome, Hawkborn. Message me. I'll get you paid today. Good job. That's great. I like seeing people who've never won. Eon's won like twice. Like 2 out of 3 times, which is great. Super happy for Eons. There's Eons. But I like them with folks who've never won, especially folks who've been in the Discord from like day one, which Hawkborn, I think, has been in pretty dang close to day one. So I'm glad you got that, brother. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I love you guys. The Lord has blessed us today. It is a good day. I will be in Discord. I will see you guys next time.